Alright guys, so we got the headlights. What you want to do first is you want to take off all this plastic, this stuff here. I already started, and then I realized maybe I should do this. This side, which is the passenger side, you first want to take off this. It's a 10 millimeter, and you want to take off this one down here, the 10 millimeter, because you want to take off the airbox. This is the other side, but we'll stick to one for now. Fortunately, you're gonna have to take off this duct also. There's one clip here and another screw. It's gonna be 10 millimeter, and it just pops out. Otherwise, you can't really get this airbox out. And you're gonna want to disconnect the mass airflow and take this screw off so you can get this inlet tube off so you can take the box out. Alright, so once you got all that stuff out, this little thing down here is like a suction cup. It holds the bottom of the box here. You just gotta yank on it and it pops out of there. And then, I already did this, but there's one clip right here. It's a metal clip. I don't know if you can see it, but pop that back and you just pull this cover off. And then here's the ballast. You turn it counterclockwise and it pops off like that. By the way, disconnect this negative side at the beginning, and then you get in there to the headlight. Alright, then there's these clips in here. You just want to flick them up so they're out and open, and it moves the whole thing. So, alright, so here's the little bastard. It is Philips D4S, 35 watt if you want to get the exact one, but I wound up going with something cheap because I needed them ASAP. Probably a mistake because this is a pain in the ass doing all this work, but whatever, too late now. I'm doing both. I shouldn't have done both really, but I think I got two different colors. I think the new ones are different colors, so but since everything's disconnected, I didn't really want to connect everything back up to check, but we'll see. I wound up reconnecting the battery real quick before I put it back together, just to test it and make sure this bulb was good. Seemed okay. So now I'm going to put this side back together and get over to the other side. As you can see, this one's not even on at all. So this is the one I had to replace, but this one I knew was more of a pain in the butt to fix, so I did this one first. Okay, so these bolts are put back together. Don't forget to tighten this back up, and do not forget to reconnect the mass airflow. You'll be throwing check engine lights. So just gonna pop the centerpiece back on. Actually, I might leave it off to move on to this one. You gotta take this off, and we gotta take this off. This is 1 millimeter screw right here. Alright, so once you take off this bolt right here, this thing just pops right out. Simple. Put that to the side. Now, again, this side I can show you a little bit. Now, you just pop this little clip, and then pull the cover off. Put that to the side, and then here it is. Make sure you disconnect the battery, and you turn it counterclockwise, pop it off, and then here are the clips. Pop it in and make sure it just pops around that little bend. This one's gonna be a pain. Okay, and you'll hear it release. You just pop it out, and here's the culprit. This is the dead one, so I'm gonna put this one aside. Pop the new one in, pop the battery on and test it, and see after that. Alright, so I reconnected the battery. Both sides work beautifully. They match, so I'm glad I did both. The car's not running. I'd like to keep them on for as long as possible and see, and just make sure that they stay on before I close everything up, but I don't want to start the car because I got to close everything up to do that. So, but so far so good. By the way, these are 6K. They're pretty white. It's not totally dark yet, so I won't be able to see, but I'll show you at the end what they look like all together. Alright, so now you want to pop this thing back in, push it down until you hear it click. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's in. So, put this bolt back in, and then this plastic goes back on. Alright, so now this thing goes back in. Pops back in like that. Clip goes back here. Bolt goes back here. Alright, so last thing, you want to make sure all your tools are out of here. Make sure you don't leave anything at all. Put this last piece of crap on top, and then I'll show you what the lights look like in the dark. Alright, so here it is. I'm gonna turn on the lights here. I guess when you disconnect the battery, it takes like an extra start. Wow, these are bright, man. These are bright. Alright, so here they are. They're much brighter. I'm pretty happy. So maybe I'll leave a link to the lights that I specifically bought in the description. And I hope this helped. If it did, subscribe, hit the notification button, the bell, and you get notifications on all my future videos. I have a few more videos on this car specifically, so, and let me know in the comment section below that it helped you. So thanks for watching.